Welcome to Rebellious Wellness KPIs. Let's get curious about what your body and mind are really saying. Time to dive in, have fun, and explore the possibilities. Have you heard the saying that you're only as young as your spine is flexible? If so, how young are you? Covering today's Rebellious Wellness KPIs, spinal flexibility. Let's talk quickly about the purposes of the spine. Number one, and very important one, protecting your nervous system. Protection. Number two, the spine, along with your core, is foundational for stability and movement. And number three, energy flow. Energy moves through the spine. There is ascension of energy that moves up. It helps with circulation of blood, of lymphatics, of spinal fluid. It affects energy flowing through your brain. It affects your mood and affects your vibrations, your energy level. Now, let's talk about the different directions of how your spine moves and why that is important. When we lack mobility into either one of the directions, what happens? Something else starts compensating, and that's how we get in trouble. That's how we get in aches and pains. That's how we prematurely wear and tear the body. So, what are all of the different directions the spine moves? Number one is flexion. It's going forward. Why is that important? Well, simple things, simple function like tying your shoelaces. Yes, you have to go down, picking up the laundry basket without going, my back hurts. So, why is flexion also important and what does it do? When we flex the spine, it decompresses the back chain of the body. It opens it up. Super important, especially if we're sitting, slouching all day long. When we flex the body, we want to make sure that we are in a state of relaxed flexion. What does that mean? If I'm in a state of protection, you see what happens is I'm still flexing forward. I have my fists up, my shoulders are up, and there is tension. This is sympathetic or fight or flight nervous system. Versus when I take a breath and I flex, now I am relaxed. This is allowing me to tap into my rest and digest nervous system. Same movement looks the same, but there is a difference in how you do it. One is integrates the breath and it affects which part of the nervous system are you firing. Now, second, lateral. We move the spine side to side, and that feels so good. What does it help? It helps with asymmetry. Every one of us has asymmetry into our body, totally normal. We want to make sure that we extend, we expand the ribs. Why is that important? Because when our ribs can move, when our diaphragm, our intercostal muscles can move, we can take a nice deep wide breath. And when that's restricted, it has the opposite effect. Now, if we have somebody who has, for example, significantly more imbalance into the body, a little bit more asymmetry into the body, let's say somebody with scoliosis, it is essentially important to do lateral movement because there is more asymmetry into the body. Number three, we go into the twist. Our body is moving side to side. Why is that important? It is important for functionality. It is important for gait. It is the right and left side of the brain working together. It's cross-body movement. It is essential for staying strong and aging well. Super important for athletes, super important, again, if we have imbalances into the body. Number four, we go into an extension, and that's opening the front of the body, allowing there to be length there. Very important if you spend the whole day crunched over a laptop or on your phone or anything like that. This allows us to, can you guys see how I'm naturally closing my eyes because it feels relaxing. It feels relaxing when your spine can move. And if your spine cannot move, then it feels like bracing, like struggling. Sometimes clients would say, I don't know how, Maria, you think this feels good. It feels like I'm struggling. Why? Because the mobility is not there, and that's what we want to work on in making it feel delicious. For many people, extension because its openness feels like a vulnerable position. This goes again back to nervous system. And what you want to again have is a balance. You want your spine to be able to move in all of the different directions. Let's test that out. As we move, we're also going to integrate something that's utterly important, and that is spinal articulation. What does that mean? That is your ability to control and move your spine one vertebra at a time. So, for example, if you have a tight back, what you might start feeling is the spine moves down, 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 and then instead of continuing to move one vertebra at a time, the whole chunk just moves forward. Especially if that's the case, you want to make sure that you introduce movement to that part of the spine. Why is that important? Between the vertebrae, there are little muscles. We want to keep those friends nice and healthy, just like the rest of the musculature in our body. Why is that also important? Because when we load the body, even when we're standing or moving, we want to have equal distribution throughout the spine versus jammed into one part of the spine, because that is when we can compress the spine. We want to create decompression into the spine along with the core. Why? So that we can age without the my back is pinching and hurting and I twist and my back locks up, anything like that, right? We want to be able to move freely. So let's play. We're going to start with standing flexion. Nothing that we do should hurt. Nothing that we do should be forced. I do want your core to be engaged. Gently pull the belly in. And I do want you to not hold your breath, but breathe intentionally. Try not to create tension into your body. I'm going to combine flexion along with articulation. So instead of you just collapsing forward, I want you to think about engaging the core so you're supporting your low back. Now, also try not to just jam the head down. You want to control the neck. You want to gently drop the head down. You want the ribs to gently support. And then one vertebra at a time. Try not to stick your bottom out. Pull the belly in. Watch your feet. They should not be grabbing. Even weight between right and left foot. Allow the shoulders to fall heavy. This should feel good onto your upper back. Nice and gently. It doesn't matter how far you go. Just test it out. And slowly come back up. And the more and the better you do this, the deeper you're going to go. We don't go big range if we can sustain small range. So we start small. Let's go into side-to-side movement. So you can do it, I like to do it with the arm up because I can go deeper, but if raising your arm up creates tension into your neck, if you have any neck or shoulder injuries, then you're welcome to take the hand behind the head, or you can go across. I have a mic, which is why I don't want to mess with it. Whatever works for you. Now, what we want to do here is to pay attention for is that the pelvis doesn't shift. You see how my knees shifted? I'm exaggerating grossly. You don't want to collapse into the ribs. You don't want the ribs to flare. And you also want to be careful with some kind of twist that's happening into your body, very likely. So you decide where your arms are. Take a breath. We're going to go small range. If you want, you can place the opposite hand onto the ribs and take an exhale. Core is engaged. And just feel this side of the ribs opening up. If you can, if your arm is up, try to allow that arm to come as close to your ear as you can, no forcing, and try not to shift the pelvis to the side. Watch for twist, long neck, and then gently come back up. We're going to switch sides and pay attention for how the two sides may feel different. Take the opposite arm up, optional, and we go. Breathe. How does that feel? Watch the pelvis, watch the feet, and come back up. Okay? So, pay attention to how your body feels and where the opportunities are. And you can just do exactly these exercises to create mobility and then increase the range gradually. We're going to skip over the twist, even though in terms of difficulty, twist comes before extension, because I like to teach the twist seated against the wall because there's so much compensation that can happen into a twist, and the wall gives you fabulous feedback. I'm also going to demonstrate extension standing as well as on the floor, because the floor will provide you more support. So you meet your body where it is. That's kind of like the progression. But since I'm up, let's go into an extension. What we want to do is core engage, and as you go, you don't want to push your hips forward, flare your ribs, and contract your back. So your core is going to support you, otherwise this may not feel good. Now, if you have herniations or anything like this may not be the best choice for you. Do not do anything that hurts. You can keep the arms down. I like to take my arms up, no tension into the back, into the neck, back or neck. Take a nice breath. Now reach up and lengthen, create space between the shoulder blades. There should be no tension into the neck. And then from the upper back, first think about taking your chest up towards the ceiling. And then from there, as you keep reaching through your fingertips, breathe. And see how many breaths you can take. Don't go deep, just test. Try not to shift your pelvis forward. Ribs are in. And then slowly stack it up and come back down. How did that feel? There should be no discomfort, neck, back, shoulders, hips, nothing should hurt. Okay, now we're going to go down to the floor and we're going to go into twist. So ideally you would find the wall. If sitting on the floor is too much for you, you're welcome to sit on an elevated surface. So you can sit on a pillow or a blanket or something like that. If you're tight, I would gently bend the knees and gently press, gently is a key word, gently press the feet against the wall. You should feel hopefully your lower abs kicking in and you might be like, oh, that feels amazing into my back. Core is engaged. Now, same thing for the arms. They can stay down, they can go behind the head, they can go crisscross on the chest, or they can go out. If they're out, make sure that the shoulders don't round forward or the head of the shoulder doesn't come forward, that your upper back is not here. So watch for such things. Roundness, head forward. As we twist, you don't want this hip to float up. You also don't want this to happen. Your legs stay exactly where they are. Your pelvis is like a concrete that's not moving. And we are moving from the torso, from the upper body. Watch your feet. Are your feet rolling out? Are you putting more tension onto the pinky versus the big toe? And then as you twist, you're nice and stacked, ears over shoulders. As you twist, are you starting to lean back, lean forward, round your spine, drop the head, roll the head of the shoulder? Where are you? Okay? We're gonna go small. Take a breath, find your starting position, core is engaged. Take an inhale, let the breath take you, and go. Exhale, push the right hip forward. Don't worry about how far you go. Roll the head of the shoulder back, long neck. Don't lean back. And then come back center. Take another breath, going the other way. And twist. Nice and tall. And come back center. Your shoulder blades should also not stick out. Release the arms down. How did that feel? It is a lot of work for what it looks like. But now if you move, if you do it once right and well, you'll be like, oh yeah, that feels amazing, okay? And from here, we're going to go into an extension. Now, you can take your legs about, I would say normally mat width apart. I don't have the mat now, but that's okay. You can go onto the forearms. Here you want to make sure you don't shrug into your shoulders. You want to make sure that you're not collapsing. You are lengthening, your abdominals are in, your belly button is pulled towards the spine. And you want to make sure that right and left hip bones are down into the floor. Now, first we're going to go into an upper back extension, pull the elbows back, long neck. And now we're going to take your chest as the nipples stay down towards the front wall. As you do that, try not to crunch your head back, but instead try to lift the chest up and just feel that lengthening in through the front of the body. Feels amazing. Watch that your torso does not shift side to side. And if that feels okay, if you're tight into the shoulders, you can go a little bit wider out. Keep the elbows in, try not to let them flare. Without lifting the hips, take a breath and now peel up the spine one vertebra at a time, but keep the hips down. So this is more of a spinal extension. Roll the shoulders back, try not to collapse. And breathe. There should be no pinching into your back. You can gently squeeze the booty, long neck. Make sure you're not crunching the back of the neck. Feels so good. And slowly come back down. You articulate back down, and you can go into child's pose just to offset. Extension is usually a lot for a lot of people. Round the spine gently into a flexion. This is actually where you can see the flexion opening the back of the spine and also being relaxing for your nervous system. And then nice and gently make your way up. So, what did you discover in your body? Where are the opportunities? What can you work on? I look forward to hearing from you. Stay mobile, strong, and rebellious. I'll see you next time.